I would like to invite Dr. Anurag Dani sir, professor at Department of Prosthodontics, that has many publications to his credit. Over to you, sir. Sir, kindly unmute.
Good afternoon, Dean Madam, Dr. Hema Suryavanshi, dear faculty members, and my dear PG students. Today, I am going to discuss about the bias and confounding, which is a very important topic in research methodology. So, what do you mean by bias? Bias का मतलब that is पक्षपात करना, किसी के प्रति आप ज्यादा किसी के प्रति झुकाव हो जाना. That is the meaning of bias. Okay, so bias is a systematic errors in epidemiological study occurs during the data collection, compiling, analysis, and interpretation of a study, which leads to an incorrect estimation of relation between exposure and the outcome. So it is basically a type of human error to the outcome. For example, what will happen? Suppose in a colony, suppose for example, I could go for cricket playing. मैं cricket खेलने जा रहा हूँ, for example. So among my friend, I used to tell them, one of my younger brother is also playing with me. I used to tell all the my friends कि ये इसको मैं पहले आपका बैटिंग की ओपनिंग भी यही करेगा, सपोज बॉलिंग की ओपनिंग भी यही करेगा. अच्छा, हम इसको फील्डिंग भी कहाँ करवाएंगे? जहाँ पे इसको दौड़ना कम हो, like slip or the wicket keeping. So all are agree because bat भी मेरी है, ball भी मेरी है, stump भी मेरी. So I am biased with my younger brother. Okay. So during the study, bias can be seen at different level of study design, like during the sampling stage or the statistical stage. So any error which happens, which occurs while building the relationship or the association between exposure and disease is known as bias. So it affects the possible cause and effect relationship. So different types of bias are there, in which first type of bias is the selection bias. Name itself suggested that it is usually seen by selecting a sample. For example, I want to study a given population to check the prevalence of hypertension. So, during the selection or the recruitment, researchers took a sample of a obese patient. जब उसने obese patient लिया तो क्या होगा कि he will get the good result. As we all know that obese patient having a good susceptibility for hypertension. So by this means that that errors occur because of the selection by the researcher during the sampling stage. That is known as selection bias. Let's understand another example. Like I want to study the students of 20 dental colleges in the central India. So what I used to do, first I'll select the dental colleges which is nearby my place. Okay, and among that, among each dental college students, I take a few number of students whom I met first, या जिसको मैं पहले से जानता हूँ. Okay, but what about the other student who is not attending the college properly? So by these means, because of the selection of the sample by the researcher according to their convenience, the errors occur in the outcome is known as selection bias. This can be eliminated by the randomization, and it is usually seen in the cohort study. Cohort study is nothing but a study like a follow-up study or a prospective study or the longitudinal study. Next type of selection bias is a prevalence incidence bias. Okay, so the bias, this type of bias seen due to missing of the fatal cases, mild or the silent cases, or short duration cases from the study design. It is also known as Neyman bias. Okay, it is usually seen in the cross-sectional or the case control study. Means retrospective. हम time से पीछे की तरफ जाए. For example, I want to evaluate a disease. Okay, for example, COVID-19 in November. Suppose in the month of November, whatever the patient affected with the COVID-19, हमने time से पीछे जाओ. Like a case control study, हमने 6 months from November to June. Okay, to select the sample, and with this sample, whatever the cases come in between this month and which is having an incidence of June, from June to November, no matter that person is affected earlier or later. Okay, so that much window, in that particular window, whatever the cases comes, we included that case. But like in this figure, now 2 number cases, 4 number cases, and the 6 number cases are included in this time frame. Okay, but what about the 1 number case, 3 number case, and 5 number case? So, which might affected at the month of January 2020. Okay, and because of some reason, उसमें से हो सकता है कुछ की डेथ हो गई, कुछ get because of milder symptoms they got recovered before June. Okay, in which some are infected before January previous year and recovered before June. Okay, so that type of cases we are not included in the study because we are only back in time. We will only see the last 6 months. So that type of bias is known as prevalence incidence bias, because this type of bias, it doesn't tell about the full nature of the disease. इसमें missing कौन कौन से होगा? Missing the cases which got disease, which got death, which in some cases which recovered earlier, in some cases which become asymptomatic, never reported to the hospital or the health center. So this type of study, this type of bias seen in the cross control study. Cross control study means in a particular time frame, in a particular period and the time frame हमने उसको study की. So let's see in this in the box showing the example of cross sectional study at the month of June. Next type of study is the case control study. Both having a type of retrospective study. We go back in the time. So this type of bias is not seen in case control, cohort study. Cohort study means some follow-up study. So follow-up में we know the incidence, and based upon that incidence we follow the prevalence. Here in this, we based upon the prevalence, already disease है जिसको, से हम incidence की तरफ जा रहे हैं. What is the risk factor for the particular disease? That's why it is named as a prevalence incidence disease bias. It's not named as an incidence prevalence bias. So sometimes in MCQ it may ask that prevalence incidence bias is seen in this type of study. So it is seen in retrospective case control study, cross-sectional study, not seen in cohort study, which having a follow-up. So next type of bias is the Parkinsonian bias. It is also a type of selection bias. Okay, it is due to the different rate of admission to hospital because of disease. So that's why it is also known as hospital admission rate bias. And it is seen in the case control study design. Okay, retrospective, हम time से पीछे की तरफ जा रहे हैं. So for example, in a particular hospital, the number of oral cancer cases increases every year. So it doesn't mean that the cases of oral cancer are increasing. Understood? Okay, it means or can also be happen because the particular hospital is providing the number of cases in a particular hospital is increases because of they provide a good quality service to the people, to the community, having a good reputation because of the good service, good nature of service. They having a good referral, good networking. Because of the good networking, they having a good referral or easy accessibility. The person who is living around the hospital, nearby the hospital place, they for them it is a easy access. So what will happen? So if the researcher go to the particular hospital, see, I am very much in Parkinsonian bias. I am very much emphasize the particular. किसी एक hospital के बारे में बात करें. It is not by the multiple hospital in a region. I am telling about only one hospital, particular hospital, and select the cases of oral cancer from its record. So suppose जून में उनको 10 केस मिले, जुलाई में 50 केस, ओके, सितंबर में 200 केस, नवंबर दिसंबर में 2000 केस. So it gives the false information that there is a higher or the increased incidence of the cases, but it is due to the selecting the sample in a particular hospital and without seeing the other variables. Like अब डॉक्टर ने क्या किया या रिसर्चर ने क्या किया कि ओनली वी सी द रिकॉर्ड ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर हॉस्पिटल कि आपके नंबर ऑफ हम इस मंथ में इतने ओरल कैंसर के केसेस आए, बट इसने ये नहीं देखा कि वो केसेस आपके कहाँ से आए, किसी ने किसी हॉस्पिटल से रेफर होके आए हैं या किसी बिकॉज ऑफ नियर बाय प्रीमाइसेस आए हैं. सो दिस टाइप ऑफ बायस इज नोन एज पार्किंसोनियन बायस. So this bias is also comes as a MCQ in exam also. In a short note it may also come, but जहाँ भी आपको hospital word include हो गया, then it is directly in particular hospital only. Then this type of bias is known as Parkinsonian bias. Next is the information bias. Name itself suggesting that the sample itself giving a wrong information. Wrong information resulting false estimation of prevalence and outcomes. It is two types: memory or the recall bias and the interviewer bias. Coming to the memory and the recall bias, sample or the participant are not able to recall the things properly. Okay, suppose, and it is usually seen in the case control study, again retrospective, recall time से पीछे, back in time. So finding the suppose that finding the association between smoking and the lung cancer. So what will happen? So I took a sample in which control case study group. I asking how long you are smoking, not able. मैंने क्वेश्चन पूछा उससे कि आप कितने समय से स्मोक कर रहे हो, but that person is not able to recollect or recall properly. And suppose he used to smoke since 6 years, but he might tell us I used to smoke since 15 years. And suppose if you are doing the long-term retrospective study of time horizon of 15 years, so what will happen? You took that sample. Understood? So the errors occurs because of wrong collection of the sample. So this is known as recall bias. This is not seen in the cohort study. Time se pehle. Next is the interviewer bias. Okay, interviewer devotes more time with cases as compared to the control. Suppose again I want to establish a relationship between smoking and the lung cancer, and here the most important thing is the researcher or the interviewer knows which is the study group and which is the control group. So automatically he will ask more question to the स्टडी ग्रुप जो स्मोकर्स कि how many cigarette you are smoking in a day, since how long you are smoking, and which type of smoker you are, whether you are reverse smoker or not, which type of cigarette you are using, whether filtered or non-filtered, whether while smoking a cigarette, whether it is consuming alcohol or the fried things, fried snacks, etc. etc. लाइक लंबे चौड़े लिस्ट रहेगी उसके पास कि आपका स्टडी ग्रुप से मेरे को बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस पूछने, बट in a control non-smoker control group, he will ask few questions whether you are smoker or not. उसको already पता है कि in that group of people they're not smoking, so he just for formality he asked the question you are smoker or not. उसने बोला नहीं, बस बात खत्म. So by this the information collected gives a wrong estimation and relationship between incidence and the prevalence. Okay, exposure and outcome. This type of bias is known as interviewer bias. Let's see with another example. Like, suppose examiner examine the viva, examiner examine the students in the viva. One, he knows that particular student is a good student, so he or she will ask many questions to the good student. Acha, okay, what is the class? Define jaw relation. How many types of jaw relations are there? Define central jaw relation, classify central jaw relation, define logical method. What is the importance of jaw relation? Like this. Okay, because he knows that student is a good student, so he will ask more questions to them. And another example, he will suppose in the next he will give good marks to the good student because he is answering. And on the other hand, if he taking the exam of the another student whom he know that is not a good या कभी कभार हुआ है, तो आप क्वेश्चन क्या पूछोगे? Okay, tell me what are the steps of fabrication in computer? कौन कौन से steps होते हैं आप यही बता दो. Okay, tell me the spelling of impression, like that, and you will give less mark to that particular student. So the examiner gets bias in Viva. So that type of bias is known as interviewer bias. So this type of bias, memory bias or recall bias, even the interviewer bias, seen in retrospective study, case control or the cross-sectional study. This can be eliminated by cohort, मतलब time से आगे. Prospective study, longitudinal study. Coming to the confounding. Confounding is a variable or the secondary factor that affect the outcome of the study. Suppose, again, for example, establish the association between alcohol and the cardiovascular disease. Okay. So, हमने क्या किया कि सैंपल लिया in which in a given population we divide into two groups. One group having consuming alcohol and one group not consuming alcohol. Okay, and follow-up study. Okay, longitudinal study in which again subdivided whether that study group. Okay, whether in study group having develop a heart disease or not. So likewise, control group having a development of heart disease or not. Okay, so we might find that आपका 60% population in a group which is consuming the alcohol having an incidence of heart disease, and non-alcohol consuming group also having a 50% or 55% incidence. Okay, why this happens? Because we are neglecting the secondary factor, that is the smoking here. Here in this case, smoking is the secondary factor. Because when the person usually consume alcohol, taking the cigarette smoking also. जो अल्कोहल कंज्यूम करता है वो आप यूजुअली इट इज एसोसिएशन दैट वो स्मोकिंग भी करता है. So these two together, two factors can lead to increased incidence, increased prevalence of coronary, cardiovascular disease, heart disease. Okay, so that secondary factor in this example, the secondary factor is the smoking. So it is associated with both exposure, that is alcohol, and the outcome is the CVD. Okay, cardiovascular disease, and it is an independent factor. Means smoking itself a independent factor cause a heart disease. So here smoking is a confounder. So it is unequally distributed between study and the control group, like I explained earlier. It affects the interpretation of disease. जब हमने स्मोकर को कंसीडर नहीं किया था, so the prevalence was different. But जब हमने स्मोकर को कंसीडर किया, so the prevalence of heart disease in control and the study group is different. So it affects the interpretation also. So basically, confounders are two types: known confounders and unknown confounders. Known confounder means it could be age, gender, religion, occupation, socio-economical status, likewise. जो पता है, जिसके बारे में हम जानते हैं, जो that might be a variable. Okay, so that can be eliminated by matching. But the unknown confounder, the factor we don't know about it or we are not aware. हमने सभी variables को consider कर लिया, but कुछ ऐसे भी वेरिएबल्स होते हैं जिसके बारे में पता नहीं. सो वो वी आर नॉट कंसीडर्ड दैट वेरिएबल, क्योंकि हमको पता नहीं उस वेरिएबल के बारे में. सो वी नॉट कंसीडर दैट वेरिएबल इन आवर स्टडी डिजाइन. सो दिस कैन नॉट बी एलिमिनेटेड बाय मैचिंग. जब हमको पता ही नहीं है तो मैच कैसे करेंगे? मैच कैसे करेंगे कि भैया इक्वली डिस्ट्रीब्यूट हो जाए कंट्रोल ग्रुप एंड स्टडी ग्रुप. So this can be eliminated. Unknown confounder, ये भी MCQ में कई बार क्वेश्चन करते हैं. एक unknown confounder eliminated by the method randomization. अब randomly you distribute between study group and the control group. Next is the post hoc bias. The post hoc bias, see, because of some superstition, because of some coincidence, we come to the conclusion. It is usually seen in the cohort study, follow-up study. For example, suppose ill patient goes to the doctor and took a medicine for 5 days. Doctor के पास गया, उसने 5 दिन की medicine दी. But he haven't got relief from his final signs and symptoms. So immediately, what he supposed to do? He go to some Baba type person, faith healer. Okay, and on the second day when he come from the Baba या faith healer के पास से जब वो आए, झाड़ फूक करवा दिया उसने अपना, और फिर on the second day he got relief from the symptom of illness. So what he and his family think that Baba is very powerful because of its Shakti. Recover. Okay, that person assumes like that, come to the conclusion like that, but it might be due to the doctor's medicine which he took for 5 days. Because of some physiology, because of some nature of the disease, that drug will took some time for action. So this type of bias is known as post hoc bias, and this is seen in the cohort study, follow-up study. हम follow up कर रहे हैं, illness हुई, डॉक्टर के पास गए, फिर faith healer के पास गए, फिर we got relief. So time से आगे चले, prospective, longitudinal, cohort. So this type of bias is seen in cohort study. Next type of bias is known as Bethune bias. It is also known as measurement bias or attention bias. Okay, so study subject may systematically alter their behavior when they know they are being watched. Okay, it is also seen in the cohort study, time se aage, follow-up study. Suppose, for example, we are trying to study the effect of smoking and lung cancer. So, we took a population divided into two, exposed, the smokers and non-exposed, non-smokers. And हमने 15-year follow-up study ले. So again, we divided this, we made the subgroup of each group, whether that exposed group having developed a lung cancer or not. Similarly, non-smokers having developed a lung cancer or not. So what will happen? In between the study, because of the long duration nature of the study, some subjects get aware that they are being watched, they are being observed, उनको देखा जा रहा है. So what they will do? They might quit the smoking, they modify the behavior, in the sense intensity and the frequency of cigarette smoking, they change the habit. Okay, ये कर सकते हो in between the follow-up study without, that is the important thing, without the knowledge of the investigator, resulting the population of the exposed group affect the true outcome. यहाँ पे exposed group की negligency या बोलना चाहिए, because the exposed group is not telling the present situation to the researcher. Because of that, whatever the result you will get, it will affected by the exposed group person. So it is usually seen in the cohort study. Okay, so the relative risk to the outcome, मतलब relative risk smoking से आपका lung cancer हो सकता है, that relative risk is not whatever the result come, outcome come, so it is comparatively less. Non-smoker है, so if we match the other variables, so non-smoker है having a less incidence or less susceptible for developing a lung cancer as compared to the smoker. तो आपको smokers में भी value कम मिल रही है, because some subject in the smoker side, they alter their behavior, they quit smoking without knowledge of the researcher. So relative risk जो आपको होनी चाहिए थी वो आपको कम मिल रही है. So it is seen in the cohort study, and relative risk, measurement of the relative risk also seen. Also, it is a measure of risk to a particular disease is also seen in the cohort study. The relative risk is the incidence of disease or outcome in an exposed group divided by the incidence of disease in a non-exposed group. कंट्रोल ग्रुप में वो डिजीज कितनी, सॉरी एक्सपोज ग्रुप में डिजीज कितनी हुई डिवाइडेड बाय कंट्रोल ग्रुप में वो डिजीज कितनी, दैट इज द measurement of relative risk. So it affects the true association between exposure and the outcome, incidence and the prevalence. So that is also known as attention bias. Because of the attention, that sample change his behavior. Let's see another example. During what happened, the examiner asked few questions. The examiner asked a particular question. Just before answering the question, students might know the answer of that particular question. Okay, his teacher comes. The topic is taught by that teacher only. So what will happen? तो स्टूडेंट सोचेगा कि अरे सर अभी आ गए, तो अब मैं प्रॉपरली आंसर नहीं दे पाया तो so he modify his behavior, and might be a possibility that he will not give proper answer to the external examiner, because this happens because of the attention. So This type of bias is known as attention bias or Hawthorne bias. This thing we already discussed. Yeah. Next is the Pygmalion effect or Pygmalion bias. It is also known as experimental expectancy bias, investigator or the observer bias. It is seen because the researcher has some belief to the research outcome. For example, in the current situation, like many news comes out, like Bharti Biotech making the co-vaccine, like Pfizer, also developing a vaccine against the coronavirus, and they both having the at the stage of initiation of the third trial or the end of the third trial, and giving the good expectancy against the disease. So the researcher believe on that vaccine, and he believed that the patient whoever got this vaccine, she will definitely recover. So what will happen? So suppose in a given population, हमने उस पॉपुलेशन में दो ग्रुप बनाए, वन इज वैक्सीनेटेड एंड अनदर इज नॉन वैक्सीनेटेड. हमने उसको प्लेसिबो दिया. एंड वैक्सीनेटेड है तो देयर इज नो साइन एंड सिम्टम्स ऑफ कोरोना वायरस. So and in non-vaccinated also placebo, some patient also recovered, no sign and symptoms of coronavirus because of his immunity, and some may develop signs and symptoms of coronavirus disease. So the researchers think that whatever the recovered patient is there, whatever the patient who is not showing the signs and symptoms of the coronavirus are being vaccinated, because he is believed that जिस भी पर्सन को वैक्सीन लग गई है उसमें वो कोरोना वायरस होगा ही, डिजीज होगी ही नहीं. So that type of bias is known as Pygmalion bias. Okay. So let's see the another type of bias is the analyzer bias. It is introduced by the analyzer itself. Suppose after collecting all the data from the study, the analyzer who is checking the odds ratio or the cross product ratio for the quiz control and the relative risk for the cohort study. Okay, after it, he become biased because of the influence by the researcher or any other thing, and he modified the result. He give a favorable result or the outcome. So this type of bias is analyzer bias. It is usually seen, okay, commonly seen in the Indian thesis. Okay, so what will happen if we try to establish a relationship between one factor to the another, and we know that this factor will lead to this disease or this type of signs and symptom we will produce, that factor will produce. So, but during the study, what will happen? Some kind of some other that result is not coming from like what we think. So what we say to the statistician कि आप एक काम करिए, हमने ये स्टडी की थी, आप उसका रिजल्ट या बायस स्टैटिस्टिक इस तरीके से आप डिजाइन करिए कि इसका रिजल्ट ये है. So that type of bias is known as analyzer bias. Next is the bias in evaluation, in which the investigator may subconsciously give a favorable report of outcome of the trial. इसमें investigator bias है. In first type में statistician bias है, because of the influence or the other influence by the researcher or other factor. But here the researcher or the investigator who actually performing or doing the study, that become bias. कि हमने स्टडी इस तरीके से ली है कि that factor smoking will cause lung cancer, तो ये होना ही चाहिए. Forget about other thing like this. So next is the lead time bias also known as zero time shift bias. This bias, because of the overestimation of survival time due to backward shift of starting point. मतलब इसका suppose a disease, suppose हम बात करते हैं squamous cell carcinoma. Okay, first figure showing the normal pattern of squamous cell carcinoma. मतलब the patient could develop initially when the patient is developing the squamous cell carcinoma, he doesn't know. But after a period of time, he will reflected as a signs and the disease will reflected on him as a signs and symptoms. So after reflecting the signs and symptoms of patient with problem हो रही है, then he will visit it to the particular specialist or the doctor or the public surgeon, and after screening test, he diagnosed as a squamous cell carcinoma. Okay, so by this time the disease, the spreadness of the disease might increase. Okay, so from the diagnosis to the death, that is known as survival period. Life expectancy is a different thing, survival period is a different thing. Okay, so from the diagnosis to the death, that much is the survival period of that particular patient. Okay, let's see the second example. When the same disease, squamous cell carcinoma, okay, suppose because of some screening test and because of some coincidence, it is diagnosed earlier before actually reflecting the signs and symptoms of the disease. Okay, so what will happen? So the survival period, survival time will get, but it assumes that the survival period or the survival time get increased, but it is not actually increased. Life expectancy to utni hai, but you see there is a backward shift of the survival period. So it gives the impression of overestimation of survival period. कि आपको ऐसा लग रहा है survival period बढ़ गया, but survival period दोनों का same था. Okay, the lifespan दोनों की same थी, but वो diagnosis पहले हो गया तो ऐसा लग रहा था कि survival period बढ़ गया. लंबे after diagnosis patient survive for 5 years, 10 years. In first case after diagnosis he survive for only 1 year. तो ऐसा लगा कि आपका survival period बढ़ गया, but it is not actually increasing. It is early because of the early diagnosis. There is a backward shift of the survival period. So that type of bias is known as lead time bias. So these are the different types of bias seen, and these can be controlled by the randomization, blinding, matching. These are the three main methods in which subgroups are restriction, stratification, in which probability proportional sample, and multivariate variance analysis. This thing is in detail discussed by Dr. Poonam Sardar in sampling. Thank you. Any doubt?
Thank you, sir, for an interesting and informative presentation. As a gesture of appreciation, we would like to present you a certificate. All the presentations were very polished, given by our staff. We did not receive any questions from the postgraduates. The day 1 MCQ test have been distributed to all the postgraduates, so kindly submit them before 3:40 p.m. I request all the PGs to kindly write their names, their department names at the top of the paper. To conclude, Department of Periodontics would like to express our sincere gratitude to all the presenters for sparing their valuable time out of their busy schedule and delivering the presentations. Thank you all the postgraduates for their patient listening and cooperation throughout the sessions. We will continue our next session tomorrow at 10 a.m. Thank you all for joining us.